The truth is, Proof was Eminem's best friend and a part of Eminem's rap crew D12. He saw massive success being pushed into the mainstream music industry when his longtime best friend got signed to the biggest producer in hip-hop, Dr. Dre. Proof sadly faced a devastating end on a dreadful night at a club, an incident that I and many others have questioned to this day. Join me in this episode as we uncover what truly happened to Proof. On April 11th in the year 2006, rapper Proof went out to a bar for a fun night out, not knowing that this would be his last night on Earth. Proof would arrive at a Detroit bar by the name of Triple C Club. While at the location, Proof decided to play pool with some of the guys at the bar. During the pool game, a disagreement occurred and a scuffle broke out between Proof and the guys he was playing against. Things got heated with Proof letting shots off and one person even being struck. The situation would eventually end up outside when things got worse and rapper Proof would lose his life after the bar's bouncer, who was the brother of the person Proof was arguing with, pulled out and fired at Proof. Sadly, Proof had passed away at the young age of 32 years old, leaving a grieving family behind. A sad situation that happens often within hip-hop that rap fans have become so accustomed to at this point. Sadly, this is where it appears that Proof's story ends. But what if I told you that I believe there's way more to the story? That Proof didn't lose his life because of an argument, but rather he was a sacrifice for the career of his best friend, Eminem. The reason I have come to this conclusion is that Proof's tragic ending was actually predicted way before it happened. Just 2 years before he lost his life, we all saw a very similar ending to Proof in Eminem's music video for his song Toy Soldiers. Proof in the music video appears to face the same tragic ending he faces in real life. In my opinion, this music video was foreshadowing what Eminem would have to pay to continue to see success in the music industry. The music video starts with a childhood version of Eminem and Proof looking into a book that's supposed to represent the book of their lives. By the end of the video, we see Eminem in the hospital as Proof lays in a hospital bed fighting for his life as Eminem just stares. According to Eminem, Proof was playing the role of former D12 member named Bugs, who lost his life in 1999 before the group saw massive success. Another questionable situation in my opinion, as Bugs passed away less than a year before D12 would drop their chart-topping platinum album, Devil's Night. I do not find it coincidental that Bugs would pass before D12 dropped their debut album Devil's Night. For those who don't know, Devil's Night, or otherwise known as Mischief Night, takes place the day before Halloween and is actually rooted in pagan tradition. It's the day the sacrificial offerings start. In my dark truth about Halloween, I explained the pagan festival Sam, which is the reason we celebrate Halloween on the 31st, the day the god of death requires sacrifices. It appears to me that Bugs was their initial offering for the music industry all the way back in 1999. It is no coincidence that after Bugs passed, D12 would drop Devil's Night, an album that went platinum. In that album, Devil's Night, the 13th song was named Devil's Night, which had Eminem rapping these lyrics. I make music to make you sick of fake music, hate music, like devil worshipping Satan music. Say your prayers, your Hail Marys and Jesus. Take 2 sticks, tape them together and make a crucifix. Eminem goes on to talk about manipulating the minds of his listeners to do what he raps about. He repeatedly mentions the Devil's Night in the hook of the record as well. To me, this is Eminem clearly indicating that D12 made satanic music aimed at manipulating the minds of their audience. I believe every member or part of D12 sold their souls to the devil for fame and fortune. This is why they only had 6 members in the group, but each had a demonic alter ego, which is the reason they called the group D12. It appears that Proof was Eminem's next offering, as Eminem's career was coming to an end after releasing his album Encore. Eminem's career seemed finished, especially after the Source magazine had declared a full-out war on Eminem, releasing a hidden Eminem song to the world back in the end of 2003 that had many people questioning what was Eminem even doing in hip-hop. At this point, Em was also fighting a serious addiction and was severely depressed, with a comeback in his career looking slightly impossible. Eminem's music video for Toy Soldier came out in 2004, just 2 years before Proof passed. Proof passed in 2006. Around that time, Eminem's career was just about done. Just 1 year later in 2007, Eminem almost lost his own life to his addiction, as his depression had nearly swallowed him whole. I believe at this point in time, Eminem couldn't live with himself after having to give up his best friend Proof, and this very thing caused him to destroy himself. Eminem would take a break from making music, and he wouldn't release another full studio album until Relapse in 2009. On the album Relapse, there's two songs specifically that we have to talk about. The first song is My Darling. In the song My Darling, Eminem has a conversation with Lucifer. Throughout the song, Eminem argues with Lucifer as he no longer wants to be a superstar. He even admits that the artist must sell their soul to be in the music industry. The first lyrics of the song we have to look at is when Eminem raps, "And the dark shall emerge from the fiery depths of hell, then swallow the shell of the hollow who dwell in the shadows of all who are willing to sell their souls for this rap game." As you can see for yourself, Eminem had no issue admitting the truth about selling his soul, and now being an empty, soulless vessel, sadly awaiting his burning end. We also have to look at the lyrics of the hook, as Eminem talks about his soul belonging to Lucifer. In the hook, he raps, "My darling, I don't ever want you to leave me, my darling. You and me were meant to be together, my darling. If I cannot have you, no one can. You're my darling, because I possess your soul, your mind, your heart, and your body." As you can see, Eminem is rapping in the perspective of the devil himself, as he tells Eminem that he owns his soul and that he can't escape his fate. In the next lyrics we need to look at, we see Eminem arguing with Lucifer, as Lucifer is offering to bring back his career. Eminem rejects the devil, and the devil even threatens to call Dr. Dre on him. He raps, "Shady, listen, you hear that? They're screaming for you. I can bring your career back, but I don't want it back. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. You're gonna regret it later. No, I won't. I'ma get Dr. Dre on the phone. I'll just call the doctor." To me, these lyrics point to Eminem being forced to continue his music career against his will. It also tells me that Dr. Dre also sold their soul for fame and fortune. These next lyrics we need to look at are the most important. In these lyrics, Eminem writes from the perspective of Lucifer again, and he tells Eminem that he sold his soul to him and that he belongs to Eminem. He even mentions how Eminem lost his friend Proof. He raps, "You sold your soul to me. Need I remind you? You remember that night you pray to God? You give him anything to get a record deal? Well, Dre signed you. This is what you wanted your whole life, Marshall. Right? Look at this house. Look at these cars. I'm so nice. But you didn't know fame has a price too? That you're just now seeing the downside to? Lose your best friend from high school? Your wife too? Ain't even sure if your kids like you." In these lyrics, Eminem openly confesses to not only selling his soul for his deal with Dr. Dre, but the list of things it earned and cost him. Eminem mentions the mansions and the lifestyle the devil gave to him when he aligned himself with the devil. He also talks about the downside that he is currently living through after the fall, where he mentions Proof, his best friend from high school, that he lost for his comeback to the music industry. The very reason Eminem wanted to quit the music industry. As we can see, things are starting to connect, and what happened to Proof starts to appear more and more suspicious. Now we have to talk about another song that's on the album by the name of 3 AM. At this point, I'm pretty sure many of you have heard me talk a lot about this song and the music video that was released for it. For those who haven't heard me talk about it, let me tell you quickly what the song and video is about. The song is about Eminem being demonically possessed at 3 AM in the morning, which is the devil's hour, where occultists perform rituals. In the entire song, Eminem is describing all types of horrors that point directly to occultic blood magic. In the music video, we can see Eminem once again being reborn through Lucifer. To me, this entire music video is not only demonic, but again proves that Eminem paid an ultimate price for his comeback, which he received after his Relapse album. Eminem released Recovery, and from that moment on, we saw a whole new Eminem, who once again was seeing massive amounts of success. In my opinion, Eminem never seemed the same after this encore album, and I believe it might have been because Eminem refused to make music, but he was forced to continue, and maybe even put under MK Ultra. There is still so much more I need to cover regarding Eminem, as he openly talks about the price of the music industry in many songs. If you guys would like to see a full video on Eminem, comment Eminem below. To me, it appears that Proof was Eminem's price for his revival in the music industry, and it appears Eminem admits that himself. Eminem just wanted to be a rapper like many of these kids, but ended up paying the ultimate price for his dreams. To this day, Eminem remains a Masonic puppet being used to brainwash the masses. It appears that Eminem gave up his close friend for his fame and fortune, and he simply couldn't live with that decision. He tried bringing it all to an end, and now is forever a slave to the music industry. We must remember that every day that we wake up, our souls are at stake, and we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth, find the truth. Thank you for watching this episode of The Truth Is. If you would like to further support the channel, join me on Patreon, the link would be in the description. If you join before the 28th of this month, you could be entered to this month's monthly raffle, where you can win a shirt, a cash prize, and even pick a video topic. Also, please leave a comment below on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button, as this helps other people find these videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. Please follow me on Instagram at thetruthis01 and on TikTok at thetruthis. I will gladly appreciate it. Thank you. Goodbye.